Well, after 10 days of peace talks in South Africa, a surprise deal has been reached between the government of Ethiopia and rebel forces in Tigray for a permanent ceasefire. It's almost 2 years to the day since a brutal conflict began in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region. And since then, a civil war has led to hundreds of thousands of deaths, millions of people have been displaced, and a population has been left on the brink of starvation. Now, the BBC is the first international broadcaster to obtain footage from inside Tigray since August, with the region cut off from the outside world. Of course, for much of the past 2 years, the conditions there have been extremely difficult to work in. Our senior Africa correspondent, Anne Soy, has this report.
It's a major breakthrough. Ethiopia's government has called it monumental. Rebels have agreed to disarm, but there is some level of caution.
This moment is not the end of peace process, but the beginning of it.
A previous ceasefire was breached in August. This footage is the first gathered by international media since then. A children's playground bombed. The Ethiopian government has always insisted that they are not targeting civilians. This granny fled some of the most recent fighting. I left my kids and grandkids, she says. She doesn't know if they survived. The displaced have harrowing stories to tell.
We saw elders being slaughtered, women raped and kids killed. We've seen many things. We saw these things, that's why we were frightened and came here. There are many atrocities in this war. People are dying because of the blockade and famine. Kids are dying due to a lack of medicine. We're losing people.
The region has been cut off from the rest of the country and world for nearly 2 years now. The people here have been without banking, means of communication, and power. Aid agencies say almost everyone in northern Tigray is in need of food aid. They are desperate for a return to normal life. At Mekele's largest internally displaced people's camp, Assefa Tigray struggles to grow food for his family. Every harvest is a disappointment. He's desperate to go back to his large farm.
We were working hard and living our lives, but now we have nothing to do. No one is helping us. We've been here for a year now and received aid only 3 times.
The New Deal brings hope that Segays and many other families can begin the journey to reconciliation, but its success hinges on the commitment of the warring parties. Anne Soy, BBC News.